Welcome all to a special edition, the Christmas Miracle edition of Axanar Confidential. Thank you guys for showing up. We appreciate it as always. Let's see. And we got the regulars are here. Her Blunt Men, Val, Jafum, Old Code, Lee Sully. How are you doing, sir? It's good. It's good to see you all. Let's see. Lady Q. And we've got to cover Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad. That's Merry Christmas and Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus for the rest of us. So tomorrow I leave for Orlando with Crystal. We leave for Orlando and then to see my godsons and their mother Damaris, and then we go on Christmas Day. We'll drive over to Tampa and see my mom, my dad, my brother, his two boys, and two girls. And then Christmas night, that'll be afternoon. We'll be out of there by 5 probably. Then we don't know where we're going to stay Christmas night. We haven't decided yet. But we're definitely going to see the new Star Wars movie. So that's Christmas night is Star Wars. I don't know about your families. My families used to see movies on Christmas and Thanksgiving. That was like the thing to do. And hold on. Oh God, he's just into everything. It's like you know I'm making a mess in here. Pee-wee, he runs across all the patches. I have all the patches on the floor next to me because I'm shipping, right? And I've got little stacks, and he's doing it now. And I have them all in little stacks, and he just runs right through like some Tang Godzilla in a mini Tokyo. And no, Pee-wee, he's a disaster. So anyway, listen, we love talking about Axanar. Here's the big news. We talked about on Friday. I'll tell you again. We're going to try and build our own studio. 10,000 square feet here in Georgia. Going to find some land a little farther out. Raise the money to buy the land. Raise the money. Those are my books, Pee-wee. Get off. Just bought books at Barnes & Noble. Some for myself, some for gifts. Anyway, that's the big news for Aries Studios. And then Axanar, talked to Paul today. We're on track. Pee-wee, get out of there. I'm going to have to throw something at him. Pee-wee, get out of those books. Dogs. Yeah, I love having dogs. I love having Pee-wee. And Pee-wee is very attached to me. He just does not want... I know. Now you want to up on my lap. Okay. So he's going to probably spend the live stream on my lap. So, Axanar, nothing new. You guys know we're working on when to come out with the next trailer, which is awesome, and launch the next round of fundraising. And we're going to finish up this one. Hopefully do that by the middle of January. But a lot of good things happening. So many things, I don't have enough time to do all the things, but I've been spending a lot of time in Aries Studio on the store. You guys have been awesome. That is going great. So that's Axanar Aries Studios. If you got questions, I've got answers. I think someone has that line already. Let me go to live chat. And now listen, big deal here is what we are trying to do today is going to raise money for this group of Parvo puppies. We're going to talk all about this. I have a special guest tonight, my rescue angel here in Georgia, Tracy McCamey DeSenso, who has Freedom Bridge Animal Rescue. She's going to join us and talk about this because you guys always hear it from me. You know how much I love dogs. You guys love dogs, cats, animals. I know, but we talk about rescue and we kind of talk about fostering and transport. Well, now we're going to hear from a rescue. So it ain't Axanar, it's Axanar Dog Rescue. So first thing I want to do is just kind of show you and talk a little bit about last year. So this is how I got my start in rescue just this year, right? I was donating to different rescues for different dogs. And then I saw this ad, and it was on Facebook. It was a post. And it was these 5 little puppies that were in this shelter, and they were not doing well in this shelter. And it's Rio Grande City, Texas, which is just a disaster of a shelter. It's awful. And it's one of the... Texas is a nightmare to begin with. And look at this. These poor little puppies, right? And fortunately, there was a lady there named Susan Chidester, And she's like, well, I'll short-term foster them. And I said, well, go get them. I said, we'll figure out the rescue bit. I can't, and there was no rescue involved at this point. I said, it doesn't matter. Go get them. There were 5 little puppies. She said she short-term foster. We had a long-term foster up in Dallas. Like, this is just from people seeing the ad who posted. And so the next day, Susan's son went over there first thing in the morning, and sadly, already one of them had passed. He scooped up the other 4, took them over to Susan's place. She started taking care of them, but they had Parvo. We took them to the vet, and found out they had Parvo. If you follow the story before, yes, Val remembers Caramel. And hi, Lynn Marie. Hi, Kevin Moore. Hi, Michael Sean Carter. Tesler's here. Lynn Marie Panzarino. Old Code. How are you guys? All our regulars are showing up. That's great. Love you guys. So Susan took care of them, and you probably know the story. All of them passed except for Caramel, and it was so sad, especially little Mocha, who's, I think that's Mocha in this photo here. He had they had pronounced him dead, and then like 5 minutes later he was kicking under the blanket, and they were like, oh my God, he's alive. And I was like, that's a miracle. And sadly he passed a little later. Caramel got sick, and that was it. She just shrugged it off, and she was a little survivor. And Trey McElwain, who you all know, Axanar Comics, Trey's a vet tech, and he told me when we started, he said, Alec, you're going to be lucky if one of them survives. And I spent like $4,500. You guys raised $2,500. You guys were amazing. And then Caramel survived. Crystal and I flew down to Texas. We did a bunch of things while we were in Texas, saw a bunch of people, met some rescue people, and then picked up Caramel, brought her back, and wouldn't you know it, our friends who are the bartender and kitchen manager at Local Republic, a restaurant here, they were looking for another dog, saw a photo of Caramel. Kyla fell in love, like, I got to meet this dog. We brought Caramel over. They came out one day from the restaurant before their shift started. That was it. Fell in love. And I'll try and dig up the photo. We have a photo now of Caramel, of how big she is. She's huge. And Crystal and I went over and to see her, and we hadn't seen her in about 3, maybe 4 months. So, she had grown enormous. So we went over to their house and saw Caramel, and she was literally bouncing off the walls. I mean, it was hysterical. She would like jump on the walls and jump on us like some Chinese kung fu expert. She was so happy to see. I was like, I don't know if she's going to remember me. Oh, she remembered Crystal and I. She went ballistic, and Kyla and Julian were like, wow, she's not like that with a lot of people. so it was really nice. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you to one of my favorite people of all of animal rescue. And I've been dealing now with rescue for about a year. I've met a lot of people, first in California and Texas, and now in Georgia. And Tracy Makami DeCenso is the best dog rescue networker that I've met in Georgia. Of course, I haven't met a lot, but I'm going to tell you, she's amazing, and I'm going to introduce her right now. And here she is. Tracy, say hi to the Axa family, as we call them.
Hi.
Axa family, this is Tracy. And Tracy, first of all, she just got Skype today. She is not a social media,
Nope.
YouTube person, although she's all over Facebook. So, and I'm going to suggest you all, let me get a link to Tracy's Facebook page, and I'm going to post a link here. I hope you will all friend Tracy. Here is, because
Thank
then
you.
you can do some of the work by sharing. When she posts for dogs, you can share. There you go. Friend Tracy, there's her link. Then you can share, because that's one of the big things we do on Facebook is Tracy will put up a dog and we share it so all our friends see and can pledge to them. So now, if you have a browser open, Tracy, If you just open your web browser, and I will give you the link to YouTube. And what you can do here, I probably should have told you this beforehand. Here,
Yeah, because I don't know how to do that.
you have a. How do you go on Facebook?
On my phone?
Oh, you do it on your phone? Oh, okay.
Always.
Oh, you can do it on your phone here too.
Oh,
I'm just going to send you a link. Just click on that link, and you'll be able to see the live stream going. And then on a phone, it would be at the
okay.
bottom. You'll see the scroll down a little, and you'll see all the people commenting. And we got 37 people live right here commenting, and they're watching you. And so tell us. So first of all, tell us how you got into dog rescue.
Actually, it was kind of strange. I was very sick, and when I was recovering, the only thing that I really had the energy to do was sit on the couch and scroll through Facebook. And I got kind of tired of that real quick. And I've always wanted to do something with animals. So I just started sharing fundraisers for Clayton County. And then I got asked to be on an admin on the Friends of Clayton County. And it just kind of went from there. And that was about almost 4 years ago,
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
guess. And so I just kept getting asked, and I kept sharing, and here we are
And
with my own rescue now.
Clayton County is just southeast of the airport here in Atlanta.
Hmm.
But it's far from you because you're
It
actually
is.
everyone knows where you live because you're in Kingsland, Georgia,
Right.
which is the home of the Star Trek Farragut sets. There are actual Star
Yes.
Trek sets there in Kingsland. You know about them?
Yeah, because when we moved about a year and a half ago, we stored our stuff in the storage units that are right there where they were doing all the filming.
Oh,
I mean, it's right next door. So yeah, I knew about them. Yeah. We would see people in and out at all times at night, uh, probably building sets and doing whatever they were doing out there. But yeah, I'd heard about it before, but I didn't know exactly where it was. And then when we moved our stuff over there, I was like, oh, that's where they are. So
awesome.
we had heard about it. Yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty
Okay. Yeah.
cool.
Well, it's a small town. Kingsland's a small town, and something like that is about
Yeah.
is about to get attention. So awesome. Okay. So you got into dog rescue. You've been doing it 4 years, but you just got your rescue this year. You just formed your own rescue, got your
In July. Yep.
501c3.
Right.
Now, what were you doing beforehand? You were doing it without a formal rescue.
Um, Well, I was really just in charge of posting the dogs for the shelters, collecting the pledges for the rescues, finding rescues for the dogs, finding transports, setting up vet appointments, just getting the dogs where they needed to go for the rescues. So I was kind of the go-between person, to find the transporters to do all the little things that the rescues can't do because they're too busy rescuing, I
Right.
guess, just trying to help however I could. So, and
Okay.
raise money,
And
raise money.
you are a prolific networker. You're on your phone
Yes.
all day networking dogs.
Yes. As much as I possibly can. I mean, now when I'm at work, I have been told that I will be fired the next time I pick up my cell phone. So
Oh,
I'm not, yeah.
we need a
And
new.
I
You
mean,
need a new job.
I had to sign a paper saying that the next time I picked up my phone, I was going to get fired.
Oh my God, what do you do
So I
for a
can't.
living?
I'm a hygienist, a dental hygienist.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm trying to save dogs in between patients, and they don't think that's cool. I
Get
don't know,
another
but
job.
I know, I know.
As a matter of fact, we've
Anybody out
got
there
hundreds of
hiring?
people who will write your dentist and bitch for you.
Well, she's retiring, but my new dentist I think has the same feeling. So anybody out there hiring, let me know. But
Oh, okay.
we
We need to
we
get you a new job.
but I mean, the hour that I spend at lunchtime, I am answering, the 10 million questions that I had. I mean, I'll turn my phone on and it's not working because there's so many, pop-ups through Messenger that I
Okay.
get.
Well, this
And
is
then
why.
as soon as I get off work,
Yeah, well, I
it's
know that.
24/7.
This is why you need to meet Kimber Spores, who is there in Kingsland, um, and she wants to be in dog rescue, and she could be like your right hand person because she's really sharp and she, I think she's pretty organized, and I think she could really help you. So anyway, I'm going to make that intro. You need to talk to her. She could be your eyes and ears while you're working, because she's
That would be good. Yeah.
single mom raising 2 kids, so she doesn't work. So
I do have a lady who helps me out. I'll go in and I'll see Linda's posted to everybody. Tracy's at work. She can't answer right now. She'll be right on. And so we do some stuff through email because I can check my email. And it kind of makes it a little more difficult, but you do what you have to do.
Right.
You do what you have to do.
Okay. Listen, everyone, I've posted the link to the GoFundMe campaign. So tell us now about these 7 puppies that you've rescued, because this is why we're here tonight.
Yeah. So these puppies, a friend of mine, a friend through rescue, reached out to me. She said, "Hey, there's a family that we need to get these puppies out of here. They're going to get sick." So she was actually going, I said, "Great, let's pull them, let's get them vetted." And we were going to send them north. She was going to foster them. We were going to get them vetted. And that usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks. And we can always find a rescue that we work with up north that can take the puppies and find them homes. So we had that plan. We were going to pick them up. She was going to pick them up Tuesday. And she messaged me on Saturday. And I had just gotten to the point on Saturday where I was like, I think today is going to be a good day. Like I can take a nap. I might, and she messaged me. She said, the puppies are sick. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She goes, they're sick. They've been sick since Thursday, but she just messaged me today. Now, what you have to understand about this house, from what I'm understanding now, is when she got there, so we're desperately trying to call vets to see who's open, who would take them. And she was at a family dinner. So she goes, as soon as I get done eating, I'm going to go grab these. I felt bad, but that's what you do in rescue is you get up and you go. So she went and got the puppies. She said there was no electricity at the house. They're drug. I don't know that the older lady, I think she's okay, but there's drugs and other nefarious things going on there, not good stuff. And she got the puppies and got them straight to our vet. We use a vet in Cordele that she got them to, and they started working on them right away. The vet was not in town. She was out of town. She got back in town. So it's just a very coordinated effort on a lot of people's part to try to save the dogs. We are in the negotiations, I guess you could say, with these people to try to get the mom, and I haven't sent you a picture of her, but I will. We're trying to get the mom out of the house as well.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's sick, but I don't know. In fact, I will send this picture to you now. She's just not. It's not good. But evidently the other people, and there's a dad dog too. So we're trying to get everybody out of these situations. And I'm sending that to you now. And I guess somebody got on there and cussed out Kathy, said that we were trying to steal their dogs and whatnot. So, and we're not. We're just trying to make sure that their dogs aren't living in filth anymore, which is what they are. And they're all unvaccinated. They're all nobody's spayed, nobody's neutered, nobody's anything. And this is what happens: is you get 7, 10-week-old puppies who are sick. That's what happens.
And we need to get those mom and dad and spay them so they don't have any more puppies.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping to not just get them and fix them, but we're trying to get them and just take them out of that situation. So that's what we're hoping to try to do anyway.
All right. So, folks, here's what we need. So tonight I need you guys donating. Now, remember last week before, we did a little fundraiser. I guess it was about 2 weeks ago. And that was for a couple dogs that Tracy was saving. And she did save those. One of them was taken by another rescue. Oh. I don't even remember. What was that? Milo.
That was at Royal.
I picked up and dropped off for you.
Right.
I don't even remember that. Where did we drop them off? We dropped them off in
Royal
City. Royal. with Royal
Yeah.
Dog
Yep.
Dog Sanctuary. It's
Animal
called
Refuge.
Animal
Royal
Refuge.
Animal Refuge.
Royal
Yeah.
Animal Refuge. Yeah. So that was good. Thank you all. And then there was another dog, and I don't even remember the other dog we were saving, but
I wasn't it
it was a black one.
I think it
Was
was one of my wasn't it one of mine for Boa,
Bo?
the
Yes,
dog at Clayton?
Boa. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. Exactly.
I'll send you we did pull her.
Good. 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 Good.
So and she is she's with a friend of mine in Tennessee actually. I just sent you her pictures, her freedom pictures. She is she had a severe she was attacked by a bunch of dogs
Oh,
and they were afraid that we were going to have to remove her leg, but the vet thinks we're going to be able to save her leg.
oh, good.
So
Good.
yeah,
Good.
so
Good.
she's doing good. She just left the vet 2 days ago. So she's with my friend Terry now,
All right.
who's
Awesome.
taking very good care of her.
Awesome. Okay, folks. So here's what we're gonna do. And I've brought some things up here, and if you donate, I'm gonna send you. We've got a whole bunch of books. All right, some really good stuff here. So here's what I want, and everyone, if you donate $25 to these 7 Parvo puppies, you'll get a personal thank you from me, and you're gonna get 2 things. One, you get to choose a book. Right now, here's the first book you can choose from: Blueprint for a Battlestar. It's all like how the things actually work in science fiction. There's Han Solo's gun, right? There's what else do we got? Oh, here's how a robot works, right? Blueprint for a Battlestar. You can choose this $25 donation. All you have to do is send me $5. I'm gonna put a link up in the Aries Studio store. So tomorrow you just choose the $5 shipping, and then I have all your info and I send it to you. But I'll send you 2 things. You get a book. First of all, you choose your book. Kevin Smith auction catalog, personally signed by Kevin Smith in front of me. It's his. It was his personal collection that we sold. There's Bluntman costume. Back in like 2011, we did this auction. So this catalog, hardcover, signed by Kevin Smith. All right. If you haven't gotten one of these by now, why the hell not? Star Trek 2010 auction catalog, Doug Drexler collection, all sorts of amazing stuff. You can get that book, or the Star Trek World Tour book, which is really cool because it's got all these props and costumes and oh wait, the front's better than that. There you go. See all that stuff. Okay, you can get that one. And then this one I'm saving. I've only got 4 of these. If you give $50 to the puppies, I will send you volume 3 of These Are the Voyages, which is the definitive making of Star Trek book. Okay? $50, I'll send you one of these. I only got 4. Okay? So be one of the first people. And I'm going to look on, all I got to do is check on the GoFundMe. So those are the things you can have. And you can't have Pee-wee. I can't give you Pee-wee. But and with every book for $25 or more, when you get a book, okay, I'm also going to send you this, which is my new favorite photo. This is the Commodore Singh and Captain Garth photo. It's from the shoot. It's amazing. Personally autographed by me and Raj Kala Singh. So this photo will go with the book, all the book. Doesn't matter which one you get. $75. I send you a book and an autographed photo just for giving to the GoFundMe. And the GoFundMe's not updating for me. Some of you said you just donated, and I'm not seeing it up there. But anyway, that's what we're doing. So we're raising money. I know you guys are awesome, and I know you're probably all tapped out for Christmas, right? And so I triply appreciate it, all of you guys doing this. Blum is, yeah, of course, Kevin Smith is your inspiration. No, old cold, you cannot have Pee-wee. Pee-wee is mine. He's staying with me. All right, he's very attached to me, right? He wants to be in Daddy's lap all the time. Yeah, I will, you know what I'll do? I'm on the wrong computer, so... yeah, I will. Let me go and do that. So Tracy, while we're doing that, tell us about. I'm going to do this stuff in the store. Tell us about. They have Parvo. What is Parvo, and what does that mean?
Parvo is just a really bad virus. You can get it from other dogs that are sick, but you can also just get it from, being on the ground. I mean, honestly, what people don't realize is that when your when your mama dog has puppies, those puppies should not be outside. They should not be on the ground. They should not be, especially unless they're vaccinated. They can get it. They can pick up things from other dogs through the grass, through the dirt. Those viruses, those bad things can live in the ground. So you can have a whole area that there's no sick dogs, and they're still going to get sick. And there's very little. Really, what Parvo does is it dehydrates the puppies so badly that their immune systems just cannot keep up. So there really isn't a treatment for Parvo. There's not a special shot. It's not like you get the flu and you go get the Tamiflu shot. The only thing really that the vets can do is to hydrate them. All our puppies got IVs, and you try to hydrate them, give them antibiotics, but there's no cure for Parvo. It's really just a hope and a prayer, and that you get them. The quicker that they're treated, the better off we'll be. The first signs of it, and most of the time the first signs are, the puppies are not eating, they're not drinking, really bad diarrhea, blood, hate to say that, but throwing up, and just kind of listlessness. They're just not
Right.
puppies. Puppies are always up and rambunctious, and Parvo puppies are not. They're just not going to have any. They're not going to have any energy to do anything. Any of those signs. And not only that. Not only did these puppies have Parvo, but they also had hookworms, roundworms, I think. They were all emaciated. They were all
You can
very
see from
skinny.
the
So
photos.
yeah, so anytime puppies who have worms, who are emaciated, who aren't well taken care of, those are always the puppies that are most at risk. And what people don't realize as well, and I didn't realize this for a long time, because we couldn't figure out why it was that puppies, when they first got vaccinated, when they can't, because a lot of times shelters will vaccinate as soon as they get puppies in. Why are they breaking with Parvo? Well, because you're like when they get their first DHPP shots, you're introducing a live virus into the puppy's body. So if these puppies come into the shelter emaciated, just haven't had the best life, and then you put a live virus into their body, there's a good possibility they're going to break with Parvo. So that's why when you hear shelters say, oh, why does that shelter have so much Parvo? It's not necessarily because they're not keeping their shelter clean. It's just the intake of puppies in bad situations. There's just not a lot you can do. So do you not vaccinate? Do you vaccinate? It's a 50-50 shot, that you vaccinate and you pray that they don't, that their bodies are healthy enough to do it. Now, if you've taken good care of your puppies, they haven't been outside, they're not running around, you've not introduced them, to all these crazy places, then giving them a shot is not a bad thing. I mean, that's a good thing, but that's because those puppies are healthy. They're happy, Oh, I can't hear you.
Sorry, when we were talking about
They
bringing the puppies to Atlanta, I started reading up on Parvo and realized that a Parvo puppy will shed the virus, and the virus
Right.
can live in the ground for months.
Mhm. Yeah. So like this area where the puppies were in these people's houses, that Parvo will live there. It can be up to years. Years.
Which is why we want to
Um,
get the mom and dad so they don't have more puppies,
right.
so we'll get more Parvo.
Right.
It's just a
And there's a good possibility if the mom is not in good health, or the dad is not in good health, adults can get Parvo as well.
oh
And adult dogs, actually, which I did not even realize this until about last year, adults who get Parvo don't fare as well as puppies do. Puppies, if it's caught quick enough, tend to bounce back okay.
Really?
Our group is not, but they were sick for a couple days, but adults, for some reason, and I don't know what it is, adult dogs, if they catch parvo, the mortality rate is not good. So, I don't know why that is. You would think that it would be better because they're bigger, but
Right.
for some reason, it just isn't. And it could have something to do with the puppies tend to have some of the mom's immunities. So they have some of the immunities from their mom. So that may be why they do. I don't, that question I don't know for certain, but um, we're hopeful that we can get the mom. We're working on it. So I
Well,
don't know that they're going to give up the dad
oh, wow.
for stupid reasons, but
Well, you
a lot
just
of
give me the
times it's
address and
the
I'll go
male.
steal them.
Okay.
Oh God, it just kills me. And it's, I don't know what it is. This is the thing about, everyone needs to understand about rescue, and why I love Tracy and the other people that I deal with in rescue so much, is because rescue is hard. Listen, it's really, really hard because you out there will hear all the positive rescue stories, but you don't hear all the negative rescue stories. You don't hear about all the dogs that die, all the dogs that are abused, all the dogs that are thrown in dumpsters and bags on the side of the road and stuff that literally, if I found out someone did that, I would kill them. I have no tolerance for that. And this is what Tracy deals with on a regular basis. And it's really tough emotionally on you, I'm sure.
Yeah, a friend of ours, Friday, in fact, I think it was, they rescued a little teacup Chihuahua. She was soaking wet. Someone had
Oh, I
dumped
saw
water all
this.
over. This was when it was really cold. Did you see that? And she was stuffed in a bag and thrown in a truck. And my friend Chrissy has her with her rescue right now.
Oh,
And
God.
we have a set of Parvo puppies in Clayton County right now that we cannot find a rescue for
Oh,
because and I haven't talked to the girl tonight, and that was another drug situation. So, and there's 8, and I know 2 have died already.
oh,
Um, I haven't talked to her today to find out if they found a rescue, but there's just not enough people. There's not enough money. There's not enough people. Parvo's hard because, like you said, it sheds. So even after the puppies are well, the virus is still shedding. So you can't just stick them in a home like you normally would.
right.
They still have to be quarantined. So it's not even it's not sometimes even just a matter of money. It's a matter of where are they going to go. I mean, I was lucky, and Kathy said she could quarantine the ones that we had and go from there. But I and it really it weighs heavily on me when I can't help. And I want to help this other set of puppies, but I just don't know what to do. We've reached out to
You talked to
a lot of
Donna?
different rescues.
Yeah, you talked to Donna.
Donna,
So, Roar.
I didn't talk to Donna because they're in the situation they would need a foster. You know, and they have seen their share of parvo. Believe me, and so sometimes it is about money, but most of the time it's just a matter of where are they going to go. Okay, we have to find a vet, and you can find that, but then what? What do we do with them then? So, it it's not always a quick answer. It's not always fast. Sometimes. I mean, right before I was getting ready to come on here, we're trying to save a deaf little puppy in Brunswick who's being sold on
Oh,
Facebook. So I was like, look, I can't go get the puppy right now. I've got to go live on YouTube, but
well,
I'll
we're
go get the
gonna.
puppy afterwards.
All right. Also, we got to
But
talk about. I saw in your thing about Jinx here, the dachshund, Heard County. Dawn Perry posted this.
oh yeah, she probably just tagged me on it, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. We'll
I
talk
haven't
about it
seen it.
since we have a
Yeah,
soft spot. He's cute, and we have a soft spot for dachshunds since we have 2 Cheweenies.
just let me know.
So, all right. Well, we're going to continue. I'm going to continue to pummel my people here, and
I
and
appreciate that.
and keep and bribe them with giveaways, to get them to give more stuff to, and I'll send out another email. Well, I noticed we already raised about $200, so we're going to keep going here. I don't know
Thank you
what
all
it is.
very much.
Yeah, listen, we have a family here, and everyone is really positive, And here to, as Jobert, JT Olbert one says, I'll back you up, Alec. Thank you. Everyone is here for, Axanar and puppies. I say that's what we're all here for, Axanar and puppies. So we're gonna let you go.
Puppies are always a good thing to add to anything.
Always puppies go great with everything. We're gonna let you get back to doing the Lord's work, because you do, and we love you. Everyone out there, Axanar fan, know that Tracy is amazing. Crystal and I had lunch with her at the airport after we finished. After we sent Mojo off to Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah. So Tracy, I fostered Dreamy for Tracy, and then Pumpkin, Autumn Pumpkin. That was that was Donna's group that took her. That was only a 2-week foster, and I've been driving for you, and we took Mojo. And oh my God, from the moment I saw Mojo, I was in love with that dog. He was so cute, and he sleeps in the car better than any dog I've had. He's just like out. Well, that 2-hour drive back from Cordell or wherever I was, slept the whole way. And remember, we were at the airport. We put him in his crate. No fuss. He lied down. Probably fell asleep. He was the best. He's doing so well with Shane in Seattle. Shane is in love with him. And I'm so
excited about that.
Dude, that was such a match made in heaven. So we're lucky.
Definitely.
Okay. We're going to let you go back to doing the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tracy, for coming on and
thank you, Alex,
talking
so
to
much.
the family. We will talk to you soon. I will chat
thanks.
with you tonight. Goodbye.
All right.
And
goodbye.
We'll see you later.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. So back to here. Let's just do this. I'm gonna hang up on Tracy. All right. We'll get rid of. All right. Listen, guys. I love you guys. You guys are the best, right? Because when we need something, we need a little money here and there. We're up to 586. You guys come through, right? I just love you guys for doing that, man. It's the best. It's you come out here and you not only hang out with everyone, but you guys, you put your money where your mouth is. So let's talk again. All right, we need $25 each from you guys for the puppies. If you can't afford that, give us $5. Give us $10. Go to the GoFundMe. $5, we'll take it. $10, we'll take it. Whatever you want to give. All right? Whatever you want to give. But if you do, thank you. And if you give $25, here's what you can get. You choose one of these books. Star Trek World Tour book, which is amazing, right? It's got costumes and props and right. It's just amazing. You can choose that. You can choose the Propworks Star Trek catalog, which I can't believe you guys don't all have by now. The Kevin Smith Propworks catalog. Kevin Smith sells out, personally autographed by Kevin Smith, and some of them have funny sayings on them too. Or The Science of Science Fiction, Blueprint for a Battlestar. You choose one of those books for $25 each, okay? You give us $25, pay me $5 shipping, I shoot one of those off, or for $50, volume 3 of These Are the Voyages. And with each one, I send you the autograph photo of Raj as Commander Singh and me as Garth, right? So I'll send that autograph photo along with the books. You choose what you want. Someone said I already support 100 plus abandoned dogs of the Everglades. Wow, that's awesome. I'd love to hear more about that. Right? Okay? Cool. Look at that. Okay, Ken Burnside. Now, if you guys know Ad Astra Games, they do the Squadron Strike game. Ken's amazing, right? He's a game designer, and he's so passionate about it. He has an Axanar version of Squadron Strike, okay? And we're going to be offering that in the area studio store, okay? That game, if you Every order of $30 or more, he's going to give $5 of that to the dog, to the puppies. How cool is that? Because Ken's awesome that way. I'm going to try and get Ken on. Well, actually, Ken, let's see. I think Ken just sent me a message. Hold on. What? Wait. Let's see. Where's Skype? Let's see if we can get Ken on. If we can, I can add him to the. I'm going to call you, Ken. Let's see if this will work. Yeah. Ad Astra did the Honor Harrington game. Good call, Cat Slave. All right, Ken. Ken's on the line, so hold on, Ken. Get your video on. You have video, I assume. There he is. Although you're upside down. All right. So Ken's gonna get set up on Skype, and we will. Let's see. Let's see. Let me start setting up so I can bring him in. We'll do this on the fly. How cool is this? My apologies for the fact that I'm going to be hanging upside down here. Hey, Alec, can you hear me now? I can hear you. Can you hear me? Excellent. I can hear you finally. All right. So my video is going to be hanging upside down because we are video card drivers. What? Oh, okay. So I got to get it. So hold on one sec, folks. I'm going to add him in. Let's see. Anti-source. I'm going to be right back. All right. See if we can get. Okay, there's Ken. The problem is Ken is upside down. And I bet there's a way to rotate it. But I don't know what that is. He's out of hill there. Hold on. All right. Let's see if that's good, guys.
All right, Alec, I'm back. Can you see me?
Yeah, but you're upside down.
Yeah, that's just going to happen because of crazy video drivers. I'm sorry. Just, hey, the gravity on the deck plates is set a little bit. I got
it. You're good. I rotated your OBS.
Excellent.
So you're all right side up now.
All right.
So everyone, this is Ken Burnside. Ken Burnside does Ad Astra games. Yeah, everyone's like, he's upside down. Yeah, we know. Well, now he's right side up. So
eventually I'll be right side up. There's some latency going on here. You're seeing my work cave.
Yeah, there you go. All right. No, Ken is not in Australia. Yes, everyone hit the like button. We have 46 watching now. So here's what, if you're new and you just joined us, this is Ken Burnside from Ad Astra Games. We just had Tracy McCamey DeCenso from Freedom Bridge Animal Rescue. And Pee-wee is like, get me the hell out of here. You're just too active. So Ken is a game designer. He does Ad Astra Games. They did the Honor Harrington game for a while. And... And now he's doing Squadron Strike and Squadron Strike Axanar, which is awesome. So which we're going to be carrying in our store, so you can buy through our store. So tell us about where we are with Squadron Strike.
So first of all, Squadron Strike is in its second edition. Second edition came out back in 2014. Squadron Strike Axanar is completely compatible with the second edition. And because of the dogs and the Parvo story, I have activated a discount code on Ad Astra Games' website that is good for 15% off. You just have to type in the discount code Axanar Cares, all uppercase, all one word. And for anybody who orders something that's worth $30 or more post-discount, I will contribute $5 to the GoFundMe.
That's awesome. So not only do you get a 15% discount, people, but he's going to donate $5 to the puppies. So that's pretty freaking good. Tell us about Squadron Strike.
So, Squadron Strike is a three-dimensional spaceship combat board game. It has a sequence of play that is similar to Fantasy Flight's X-Wing game in that it is plot, move, shoot, and you get to fix things at the end of the turn. We put a lot of thought into replicating the kinds of things that you see on the screen with Prelude to Axanar and some of the things that I've gotten to see a little bit after Prelude to Axanar to make sure that they actually reflect what happens in the game. We have photon torpedoes that you launch, and they can be slightly avoided. If you ever notice that on Axanar and on everything else on Trek, if somebody launches a photon torpedo at a ship that is also still on the same screen, the photon torpedoes always miss. But if they launch it and they cut to a ship that's in a different frame, the photon torpedoes have a chance to hit. That actually became canon and how the photon torpedoes work in Squadron Strike. Alec, can you keep people entertained for a little bit while I go and grab a couple of props?
Yes. You go. So,
I'll be right back.
Trey says, Trey congratulates me on knowing how to manage turning Ken upside down in OBS. So I figured it was somewhere, and they made it really easy there, Trey. So yeah, very good. All right, so, and I'm going to tell you, we have not broken $600 yet I see we're still at $586. So someone needs to buy a book, donate $25, get a book and a signed photo, and we'll go from there. Because it's all good. Oh yeah, here's, I got to send this to Tracy. I'm going to send it. So some of you probably know Kimber Spors. She's a good friend of Axanar, and I am going to tell Tracy to contact Kimber. There we go. So yeah, hey, listen, thanks everyone. I just really appreciate the fact that when we reach out to you guys and do something special like this, you guys show up. Right, it's really, really important. And if anyone is able to give like $100 or more to the puppies, then I will give you. We will hook you up. You tell me what you want, we'll hook you up. But $25, you get a book and a photo. Okay, I think that's a pretty good. All right, can you guys hear me when I'm typing on my keyboard? Because I hear myself. So I'm trying not to do that. Let's see. All right. Hey, Dega Outlaw is here. How are you doing, sir? Bloodman, R Warrior, Jerry Hunter. No, Jerry, we didn't go from movie to game. We're still doing Axanar films, but you know, Axanar has a lot of fans, and one of them is Ken Burnside here, who is the head of Ad Astra Games, and they do a game. So we bring him on and talk about, you know, what we're doing, what he's doing, you know, and how that fits in the Axanar world. All right, so I'm not going to type anymore while I have my microphone on. All right, what do you got there, Ken? Ken's breaking out the props. And also, hey, Trey, get the Ad Astra Gaming website and post the link to that here so people can go there too.
All right, Alec, I'm back.
All right.
Okay, so people always ask me when they first hear that Squadron Strike is a three-dimensional spaceship combat game of how do you make the 3D aspect work? Well, I don't know if you can see this clearly. Alec, I can't see my own screen, so can you see this clearly? That's the Ares?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, move it around. So it's a little box.
Yeah, it's a little cardboard box. So this is your ship. This is your ship flying level with a map, going towards the camera here as I move my hand.
Oh, very cool.
This is your ship with its nose angled up at a 30-degree angle. This is your ship with its nose angled up at a 60-degree angle.
Wow.
But wait, there's more.
You got this whole TV thing down.
This is your ship with its nose angled up at a 60-degree angle, rolled to the side at a 30-degree angle.
Oh my God.
And I can actually show your full orientation on the map in 30-degree increments, and it's played on a hex grid. So what this does is it lets you play full 3D. I mean, the pitch that I have for this is that once you've played Squadron Strike, nobody will ever accuse you of being intelligent, but having two-dimensional thinking.
That's true. And I got to see you guys play a game. It's good. It's the way I look at it. It's X-wing for intelligent people. It's like actually. I don't know. If you think of X-wing as your undergrad degree, this is your master's, right? This is you working on your PhD. It's a lot more sophisticated. I got to keep an eye on Pee-wee because he keeps eyeing my new books.
Uh-oh. That would be bad.
What do you want?
So...
Oh, you have a phone app, too, for the game, don't you?
I do. That's actually why I'm getting my phone set up here for a game real quick.
Ah.
No.
All right.
Well, yeah, I'm just hearing the beat on where I left intelligent. Yeah, and if you play Squadron Strike, nobody will ever accuse you of being intelligent. Too long of a pause. Oops. So.
All right, Pee-wee left the building.
All right, so we have a phone app that will actually walk you through the game.
Oh, that's cool.
It does all the sequence of play stuff for you, and while I don't have a game actually set up, it will actually do all...
Is there anything on the screen?
There is something on the screen. Is that better?
Yeah,
Worse?
It's not showing up. I just see a big white screen.
Okay, one moment while I go and do something clever.
No, Val, those are not Pee-wee's books. Those are my books. Little what? Yeah, I'll get my book. I'll get my books. I'll show everyone what I got while he's doing that. Hold on.
Sure.
Pee-wee, are you getting in trouble?
I'm a dog. Of course I'm getting in trouble.
All right. So here's what I'll just show you guys. First of all, here's what I got Crystal for Christmas.
Oh,
the
that is pretty.
Of Game of Thrones. It's one of those $75 coffee table books that I'm sure is amazing. So that's Crystal. Don't tell Crystal. That's what I got. I got her like a dozen Harley Quinn graphic novels as well. All right. So then I got for myself Man in the High Castle. I just finished watching last night. If you haven't seen, you like my PJs? Yeah, I'm live streaming in my PJ pants, so deal with it. Yesterday I finished watching Man in the High Castle. I don't know how many of you watched Man in the High Castle, but it is truly fantastic television. And like Squadron Strike, I keep tripping over that.
You have trouble with that name, don't you?
Yes, I do. It is a TV show. I say TV show, streaming show, whatever. Made for it's a little, thinky.
It doesn't hold your hand that much.
No, it's like you got to be smart and you got to follow this stuff. So, yeah. So if you tend more towards South Park, it may not be your cup of tea. But anyway, I got that book, and then I got two Marvel books because I collect all the Marvels book. The Road to Avengers Endgame, that's like an art book, and The Art of Avengers Endgame. I got those two books for myself. So there you go. That's it. Okay. So I entertained. I was your warm up act here, Ken. So what do you got?
Yes.
We're not going to dive into the details of the game. You got to keep it at 50,000 feet.
All right. So keeping it at 50,000 feet, the sweet spot for playing Squadron Strike is about 2 to 3 ships per player, sometimes up to 4. One of the things that we did when we put together Axanar is we looked at what missions the Federation needed to actually complete. And discovered that there was a class of ship that Alec and his crew had never actually put together, the Capella-class frigate. One of the things that makes Axanar work, or one of the things that makes the Federation work, is you kind of have to assume, since news almost travels more or less travels at the speed of ships, you have to actually have centralized nodes and places where ships are going out on patrol, finding out what's out there, coming back. And one of the great signals that you have is, oh my gosh, some of our Capella frigates aren't returning. That means something is going awry. And that was really the first warning that there was actually a war with the Klingon Empire in Axanar.
There you go. There you go. I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm. One of the other things that I got to do with Alec's gracious assistance is I got to write a whole bunch of brand new fiction for Axanar, or rather have Garth Skarka do it. And that allowed me to do all kinds of interesting and fun things, like tell stories about the war from the perspective of people who aren't on starships. So if you remember Cyrano Jones from The Trouble with Tribbles, we kind of have his second cousin twice removed or something along those lines, noticing that the war with the Federation and the fact that the Federation is falling back from these layers of star bases on the far frontier is kind of good for business, because there are people who are desperate enough to pay credits for anything.
You got to shut off the sound on your computer there, Ken.
Oh, let me go and do that.
Yeah, and I totally forgot about the fiction, but we're definitely going to include all that fiction in our anthology.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully with some expansions on it, because what I needed for the game is the start of good pieces of short fiction, but isn't necessarily a complete story. One of the ones that I'm really proud of is we actually told the story of the death of one of the Ares classes, as told from the chief medical officer in sickbay, who only knows what's going on based on the bodies that are coming in and and her pleas back to, hey, please try to keep the power level stable for another 5 minutes here. We have lives on the line. So it gives a different perspective on what kind of on the human costs of some of these battles. I also got to go and build the entire order of battle of the Battle of Axanar, and Alec got to see that as we set it up on the online tools that I have for playing the game.
By the way, we have 45 people watching right now, and only 37 thumbs up. So 8 of you slackers need to get your butts moving. Come on, click that thumbs up. And who's the knucklehead with the thumbs down? Jeez, really. All right, back to you, Ken.
And a reminder, Axanar Cares is the discount code to get the 15% discount code on Ad Astra games. And with that discount code, any purchase of $30 or more after the discount is going to get a contribution from me to the Parvo puppies. So, Alec, what did you think when you finally got to see that gigantic space battle and that gigantic map of the Battle of Axanar?
Which, the game that I saw you guys playing?
No, the one that you and I did online while setting up. Where's the Fifth Fleet? Where's Third Fleet? Where do they go?
Yeah. I mean, that was at least 6 months ago.
That was back in July, so almost 6 months ago. 5 months ago.
There you go. Yeah. No, it's great. I think what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is expand the Axanar universe, and oh God, I got a photo from Dave Weiner from the Honor Harrington group. His mug arrived in pieces.
Oh.
I'm just gonna get him a replacement. We will get you a replacement. Oh, poor Dave. Yeah, I had one other person tell me their mug got shattered, and I don't know. I use the same shipping that people have shipped me mugs in, and I don't know. I put some peanuts in there, but listen, if they drop it on the side or something, or it's gonna break. The good news is they're not that expensive, so I can replace it pretty easy. So anyway, but yeah, so the things that you're doing, Ken, we like, yeah, and that's why I like to review it with everyone, because then I can make changes and say, okay, make these changes, and then it can live in the Axanar canon, right? And I think that's really important. And Jonathan did the same, and Trey sometimes does it. Trey doesn't run his comics by me, but anyway, it's all good, and it all helps expand the Axanar universe. That's the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm. So, Lynn Marie Panzerino, you asked a question that I should probably answer here. The trick is that Squadron Strike is a boxed game that allows you to design any ship from any universe fully 3D. Not everybody likes to go and design their own ships. In fact, some people look at the tools that I have provided for this and go, I'll let the professionals handle it. Axanar is a supplement for the game where I've designed all the ships that show up in Axanar and a few others that we added to the canon to make it all work, already pre-built and ready for you to run with. I'm really grateful for Alec for the opportunity to actually add to Axanar. I mean, I was one of the people who... When did we start on this? 2015 or thereabouts, Alec?
Yeah, it was before the lawsuit.
Yes. And I was this close to releasing the product when the lawsuit dropped. I was like a month away.
Yeah. Well, listen, the ships, the little metal ships we had are that Andrew Bergstrom does. Those
Bergstrom Studios.
Right. Those replace your little boxes?
Those can replace the little boxes. One of the Kickstarters I'm going to be doing in the near future is a set of miniatures bases that will allow you to do with the miniatures what we do with the boxes and the little plastic dough blocks.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm doing prototypes of them. The prototypes work, but they're a little bit fragile for gamer use, so we're thickening up parts and trying to get a better grade of 3D print out of them. If any of the Axa fans happen to have a Form 2 3D printer, please let me know. I would love to send some business your way.
Oh gosh, yeah, I need to buy a 3D printer also and learn all that, but Damaris has one, so yeah. What do you need the 3D? What are we doing with the 3D printer?
So right now I'm making prototypes and actually snapping the magnets into them and putting them on the table and seeing how well they survive, seeing how well they stand up to being used, and seeing if I can get things to fit properly. We're currently doing this on an Anycubic Photon, which is like a $300 3D printer you can get off of Amazon. And I can't quite get the tolerances that I need to see if this is actually worth putting into full-on production with a Kickstarter and, having injection molded plastic bits made. So if anybody has a Form 2, which is a higher resolution 3D printer and costs something on the vicinity of like 10 grand, it is not a cheap thing.
Are you looking to print out the masters, or are you looking to print out a run of them on that 3D printer?
I would be willing to buy the resin, a couple of bottles of resin for that printer, and print out a small run to use at conventions, see how things work, and then try and make a couple of iterations of things that we say, okay, this didn't work, let's make it better.
Now, you wouldn't be able to use Andrew's models to test.
I would totally be able to use Andrew's models to test, but it's not the miniatures that I have. It's not the spaceships that I have to make. It's the actual base that mounts the miniatures and shows them in tilt and roll in different orientations. Now, all of Andrew's models are
right. Are there no other spaceship games that do that already?
None.
Really?
This has been my
because back when I was playing Battlefleet Gothic 15 years ago, we were talking about that all the time, about having stands where you could move a ship around.
Okay, so air combat games use telescoping radio antenna.
Yeah.
And there are some people out there who are very dedicated and take these with them to conventions. And my experience with them when I use them at conventions or see them at conventions is that over the course of the convention, about half of those antennas end up getting destroyed on each convention. Yeah, people just aren't careful with them and they're too fragile.
Interesting.
They also take up an awful lot of space. You can go to a convention and run things, but unless you have a game store like Gigabytes, there isn't space at most game stores to set up a game of this and play it, which is one of the other advantages of this solution. Plus, I can actually send this in the send this in the box set.
Good. Yeah, because I know that Games Workshop had a great solution. They literally had a ball and socket that you could put on the base of their land speeders, and then you could tilt the land speeder in any rotation. It worked.
Yep.
Now they went away from that, which was a shame. But yeah, I thought it was a great solution.
Yeah, I've also done the ball, and I've also done the solution that has a ball and a miniature in a ball inside the ball, and it's great for a little bit, and then you go, which way is that tilted? Is that 30 degrees or 60 degrees? I can't tell from across the table. I've tried nearly every solution that's out there, and I'm really the only person left who's still trying to do who still makes a living selling three-dimensional spaceship combat games. I've had a couple of people say, "Oh yes, Moondragon is going to eat your lunch because they have these telescoping stands." And I just smile and nod, and Moondragon came, and Moondragon sold for about 9 months, and the company went out of business because they realized that they were losing money on everything that they sold to a distributor.
Yeah. Well, and that's right. I don't know how you sell to a distributor and make a living at this stuff.
You make sure that you actually price your components aggressively and do an awful lot of research before you spend the money on things.
Well, I think also, the point that Games Workshop always made, and which I agree. I mean, half of me agree. Half of me is always bitching about how expensive Warhammer is. It's like, wait, this is just injection molded plastic. It shouldn't cost $75 for 3 figures, right? That's a $29.95 model, if it's anything else. Especially the way injection molding has come down in price over the past 20 years. Now, their argument, which is a good argument, is you're not just buying 3 plastic models, you're buying the system in which they play. And how much enjoyment do you get out of those models over their lifetime? All very good, legitimate arguments, which apply to your game as well.
Well, yes and no. The Games Workshop model definitely applies if you like painting miniatures. Now, my eyesight isn't so good, so painting miniatures isn't really a source of great fun for me. So the fact that I can, have my miniatures as 3D boxes works really well. For the people who enjoy painting miniatures, I know people who have basically bought, I don't know if they bought every single figure the Games Workshop ever put out, but they bought a lot of them. And this was their, this is what I do to keep myself occupied hobby. It's knitting for guys, is the way I would describe it. And I saw so many people who would paint these gigantic armies and they would play them once or twice.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's just the hobby. It's not the gaming.
Yeah. Whereas for me, I'm very much more in favor of doing things for the people who actually play the game.
Right.
Sending you box miniatures that you can assemble. Even when I charge $5 a counter sheet, I'm still making money off of these. And 3 counter sheets is for the ones in Axanar, that's 36 miniatures for $15. When was the last time you got 36 miniatures from Games Workshop for $15?
Not in this lifetime. Yeah. Yeah. Someone says, Doug Grady says he's having trouble hearing me, and my name is spelled with an E, not an I. But does anyone else have a? Okay, Trey says he's fine. So Doug, it's you. Sorry.
From time to time, Alec, I'm seeing your lips move, and then the audio comes a few seconds later.
Yeah, I can't help latency across systems. So
no.
All right, let's see what else our fans are saying. All right. Well, there's no questions or anything that I see here.
Hey Trey, since you've been watching the chat, are there any questions for me that I haven't answered yet?
And Paul, do you need a USS Hercules hat? Because I'll just send you one. I think I have your address. If if you haven't bought one, just let me know and I'll send you. Paul hooked us up big time with some great coffee mugs that we'll put in the store after Christmas. So if he wants a Hercules hat, he can have one.
Hey, Eccleston Angel. I live
Val.
in. That's Val.
Val.
All right, Val. I live in Troy, New York. So if you want to come on over and play some games, I'm in the general neighborhood.
All right. Listen, we've been here over an hour, and that's usually our time frame. So once more, hey Trey, make sure you put Ad Astra Games link in the chat here so everyone can go over. And I think we're going to be carrying Squadron Strike Axanar in the Ares Studio store. So we'll keep you posted.
And the box set to go with it, I hope.
Of course, all the good stuff.
Yep.
Paul has got one. Okay. Well, if you need anything, you just let me know, Paul. So listen, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna say thanks to Ken for joining us and telling us a little bit about Squadron Strike Axanar. Ken, you can stay on and chat with everyone, because the chat stays active for a little while after, I believe. And
all right.
Everyone, thank you for donating. Those of you who donated to the Parvo puppies, thank you so much. We got about $250 on this, and it's for a last minute pre-Christmas request. You guys did great. We thank you very much for that, and I will be adding into that myself. We'll get that well over $600, maybe $700 here before Christmas. So thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate it. I'm going to thank Ken for coming.
Thank you for having me, Alec.
Yes, and we're glad we were able to see you right side up.
Yes.
And so, everyone, thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate it. We will be back on Friday for Axanar Confidential number 41. And in the meantime, as always, live long and prosper, and have a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Festivus for the rest of you. And we will see you on Friday. All right? You guys take care.
Some men see things as they are and say why. I dream things that never were and say why not.
Ignition sequence start.